Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dreamboat, and we have Oz Fortress Heroes League action. Orbit GG versus Thanks. I'm here with a special guest, someone we have not had the opportunity to bring out in quite a while. Tonberry, how are you doing?
Thanks, Dreamboat. Good evening, gamers. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Haven't done Overwatch in a very long time. It's been many moons, but this looks like a really exciting matchup we've got for us this week.
And you know what's the best part about it is we get to go right into it fairly quickly here on Nepal. Or Nepal, as someone was trying to convince me it was pronounced. I don't believe you, people out on my Twitter. But no, we are heading to Nepal. I love it. It's a control map. I'm looking forward to seeing, what we see out here. We saw Meg come in super effective last night. I don't think we'll see that tonight, but you never know.
Yeah, that's true. I've been watching a bit of NA and EU scenes with the Ghosty Gaming ESL and the Overwatch leagues, and a bit of the Australian scene as well. So it's interesting to see how, in my eyes, how these teams play it, because we all know the new patch came out a few weeks ago, and the meta has shifted. Like, no more Mercy. We've got Zenyatta, McCree's back in the game. Projectile classes they've kind of dipped off, haven't they? Dreamboat, like Pharah, Junkrat.
Yeah, there's definitely been a bit of a die out of some of the classes, although, they still do come in. I really want Diana, though. I mean, maybe Nepal's not the best map for it, but please tell me, Ton, we're gonna see it on it tonight, right?
One day we'll see it, and it looks like we're just about to go live right now, Dreamboat.
Right now? Are you kidding me? Yeah, that is absolutely correct. They are starting to work towards this point here. It will be Orbit on blue, Thanks on red. And we have Thanks taking up that little bit higher top right area. He's starting to spam across the point, which is very Orbit filled. No one has gotten a kill yet so far, but it is good chip coming down, and it's the Reinhardt. Slaposaurus' shield being really taken out low here, and he gets cleaned up by Doggo. It's the opening pick in the favor of Orbit, or Thanks, and they're still looking for more here. Will they find it? I don't know. There's really no one going down. Finally, Davey picks off Blakey, and this is going really well. The point did actually get capped there initially for Orbit, so I'm not sure how it's going to come in because all the frags are coming in Thanks' side. But that is actually crucial to get a little bit of early cap time going down.
Yeah, that was a huge play by Thanks. They just took the high ground, slowly muscled the point, working off the back of, weapon fire. And Davey, now he's got an ult coming out.
Accidental ult?
It was a bit of a zoning ult, probably. A bit of a zoning ult. Let's quickly go over the team composition for the head Dreamboat, because we missed it out because of the quick start. Thanks, we got Zeej on Genji, Davey on the Zarya, we've got Frax playing McCree, Air playing Lucio, we've got Doggo on Zenyatta, and we've got Weapon Fire on Diva.
That's true. Blakey's on the Genji, Slaposaurus on Reinhardt, Jake on Lucio, Lofty on Zenyatta, Daft on Zarya, and McCree on is Efi as the ults are starting to come out here. Zeej gets the opening pick onto the Lucio, and he'll clean up a second one onto Efi. Zeej going off here early, and he's not finished. He wants more. Will he find it? He's just working all the way around here, throwing out his sword. He actually picks off Slaposaurus. He gets stabbed too. Zeej, who are you? What is this? You're going absolutely mental. Blakey does get Doggo in response, and it's on him to see if he can one-up his rival Genji. But with Zeej doing so much work, it's not gonna happen. Davey finally cleans him up.
Yeah, that was a great fight by Thanks. Orbit had the high ground, they dropped him, but Davey, he got off the Graviton Surge with the Dragon Blade from Zeej, and he just got 3 kills instantly. And now here comes the push by the blue team. Ooh! Diva ulti comes in to initiate. Nothing much happens, Dreamboat. What's going on?
Well, Lofty actually with the long range Zenyatta throws picks off Davey, and he's actually gonna grab Frax too. Zenyatta doing a pile of work right now. He might actually grab Zeej here as well. He wants it. Will he find it? No, it's gonna be Blakey to pick off Zeej, but this will be the retake for Orbit, as there's 95% on Thanks' side. So this is a very, very big hold that they need here. Is they are only on 20% right now.
But Orbit, look at the ultimates. They've got 5 ultimates. Thanks have 3. They're a bit staggered, Thanks as well, but it looks like they're going to opt for a high ground push, group together. And they're breaking through the side right now.
Yeah, and then the breakdown and double steam coming in here. They actually pin Siege off the bat, but the deaths are all coming in. Orbit's dying heavily here. Frax grabbing 2 of them. This absolutely fell apart. They didn't use the ultimates, and now it's gonna cost them the game. I don't think anyone's in position to get here.
No, they got team left of that. As you said, Dreamer, they only used a Graviton Surge and a Deadeye, but thanks, they just opened up with the sound barrier and just rushed in, and then Frax got a really good Deadeye out, got like a 3k there, so they got the team up on the back of that, and probably a bit of a misplay by Orbit there, 5 ultimates against 3, and they had position on the point as well.
Game on.
Yeah, we're gonna need to see a little bit better play come out from Orbit here if they want to take the second half. However, one thing I want to watch here is we need to keep an eye on the Lucios because we have a pit. And you know what happens when we have a pit, right?
Yeah, they get the boop on and, you know, give them the boop off. But one thing to also note, Diva's Slapper has changed to Diva. He was on Reinhardt previously. Diva's really good on this point, got the high mobility, and she can also boot people off the map as well, just like Lucio can. And we're going live, Dreamboat. Take me through this first engagement.
Well, looks like the right side push coming in from Orbit here, trying to take some position. It's the right from both teams, actually. Slaposaurus getting right in there, trying to put some pressure on early. Kind of backing things off a little bit, but it's Efi taking the first pick, grabbing the rival McCree and Frax. Opening pick is Orbit's away. They need to clean up here and keep getting them. Davey will pick off Slaposaurus, which isn't ideal. Davey grabbing 2, 3. Davey, who are you? Where is this coming from? Going absolutely mental with Siege cleaning up 2 more. And a dominating first push.
Yeah, that was really well played by Thanks. At the beginning of that, we saw Slaposaurus like divide the team in half, and they got the early pick on Frax down to DPS. But yeah, Davey was fully charged and got 3 quick kills in succession. They cleaned up and they captured the point.
Well, now there is this bit of posturing coming in here, trying to grab a bit of a repush. And they're actually getting a lot of cap time down on it. They're actually just going to take the point right back. Finally, the Graviton Surge comes in from Davey, and there's a lot of pressure being coming in. Doggo, Siege, and Davey will get 1 each. Siege grabbing a second one here, and dominating play, but I think someone just killed themselves. I may have missed that.
Yeah, that was just the quintessential comboing off the Zarya. You had the Graviton Surge into Dragon Blade, and they're pushing right up to the spawn choke here, just posturing, pressuring them a little bit. Just trying to build up the ultis, and we've got both support ultimates up for Thanks, and there is a McCree ultimate and a Lucio ultimate for Orbit. And here comes the push.
And the Lucios are actually... No, finally he will get it off. I thought air was actually going to be, like, denied of that. But the double self-destruct. I don't want to grab air. Oh, but Efi grabs 2 massive picks there, including the Zenyatta. That's going to make it real hard for a defense to come in here. And Orbit should get the cap.
Yeah, that was just a mirror match of ultimates going off. Both sound barriers went off with both Divas, self-destructs going off. And yeah, Efi picked up a couple of frags there, which ultimately secured the point for the blue team. Oh, here comes the Deadeye. Oh, got shut down. Yeah, got shut down. He was trying to open the point up for his team, but that being said, Orbits are in a posturing defensive position, and here comes Thanks for the push.
Yeah, that push is starting to come in. Zarya Bubbles going around, just seeing if they can keep, everybody up alive, doing what they can. Really, no ground has been gained by Thanks. This is really, working in Orbit's favor. They're just capping that time, not really giving up too much. However, the flank is coming in here. Will it work out? The Graviton Surge. It's got 4 people trapped in it. The self-destruct, though, they do get all 4, but the self-destruct will not actually get anyone. And Davey will finally be cleaned down. That's the full wipe as Siege goes down. Orbit in dominating control at this point right now. And I don't see them losing it anytime soon.
No, that was an impressive display of staggering ults by Orbit. They had a few ults and they could have just used them all, but they used Graviton Surge with the self-destruct, and basically all of Thanks were dead before even the self-destruct went off, and now they've got 3 ultimates as opposed to Thanks' 2 ultimates coming into this engagement.
Well, and the other thing is it's the 2 crucial defensive ults, the Lucio and the Zarya. And there it is. There's the Transcendence coming in here from both teams, actually, but that's Lofty going to be keeping his team alive. Siege will pick off Efi, and he's going to grab Daft too, but he picks off Doggo, so a little bit less healing on the Thanks side. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out. Jake pushes Davey down a pit in a weapon fire. Will take out the rival Zenyatta. It could go either way at this point, but I think I'm gonna give a slight edge to Thanks as they use that Lucio, and Frax grabbing 2. Absolutely massive. Eevee will grab the Diva. I don't know how much more there is to grab here, though.
Yeah, a huge scramble on the point. We have a Della coming up by Frax right now. Big zoning ultimate. All of Orbit dodge it. It's a 99% against 60%. So Orbit, they can take their time and they can just push after they get a pick or two. And here comes a Dragon Blade by Blakey onto the point. With a
and got the black hole. They grab 3 of them. That should be the game. Blakey picks up 1 more, and Diva kills herself because good job, Weapon Fire. I'm proud of you. I'd kill myself if I saw Genji coming at me with the Dragon Blade too.
Yeah, really good comeback by Orbit to take this to 1-1 on this control point on Nepal. So, yeah, I think they just, in that instance, they just used their ultimates better. They staggered them at the correct time. They didn't overuse their ultimates. At the very end there in the scrappy fights, like Thanks, they were just running out of ultimates and they were just throwing bodies on the point because they had to, trade it up and go for the, just go for the counter sacks and defensive plays.
One at a time, every single time. That's not going to win you a game.
Yeah, that's for sure. And as we said, the team lines are still the same. They're mirrored match, so tit for tat.
Are we allowed to say that on stream here? I'm not sure, but yeah, tit for tat indeed, as we are getting into the final segment of this map. It is again both teams opting to go for that like high ground push, and just happening to run into the other team right there. The Thanks Diva is out, and Frax and Eevee picking up both Genjis. Frax will grab the Zarya, so it's a little bit better for Thanks right now. And Frax grabbing Eevee too. Weapon Fire grabs Slaposaurus, and that is very good for Thanks. Largely thanks to Frax.
Yeah, 2 right there, Dreamboat. Frax opened up with the 2 kills. The moment he got the Zarya kill, it was just perfect for Davey. He just put his shield on and just pressured all of Orbit out, and now they're in a prime position, and both teams are engaging on the high ground again, just as we saw in the first engagement.
And again, it's this Discord orb on to the Diva makes it so hard for Slaposaurus to be useful here. Frax picks up the Zarya again. Frax grabbing the Lucio now too. That's Jake. And Davey grabs 2. Man, the stuffage. Davey getting a 3rd.
Yeah, Davey's fully charged. He's just running at them. He is so strong at the moment. That was a really good coordinated play by Thanks. Like, they just focused down the Zarya instantly while the Discord orbs are going off on the Divas. So, yeah, they've got 3 ultimates ready on Thanks, and there's 2 support ultimates going for Orbit, so this is probably their chance to push out.
And again, it is that up top play area push, which, I mean, is fairly standard. They're just doing what they can, and finally it's the opening Tobel's team, but it grabs nothing. Absolutely nothing. Frax has a Deadeye. He's not going to pick up anything either. Siege is getting 2, 3 now with that Dragon Blade, though. He's making up for his team's waste of ults, and Dago will grab Diva, and then Weapon Fire will pick off Dav. Again, this denial is so strong. Thanks are, I mean, they're stonewalling him here.
Yeah,
do you want to try and push up top again?
Yeah, they've lost the pass-through engagement, push up top, and you're correct. They're switching over to the main choke now to try and gauge them.
Well, and it's working a little bit better, and by that I mean they've gotten a lot of space, and they've actually stepped on the point for the first time this segment. No picks have gone down either way. Finally, Daft will pick off Davey, so it is the other Zarya going down, which is a first in a while.
Yeah, that was a really good rap play by Orbit, and they've got full point control. They pick up Frax, Blakey gets them on the Genji, and I think Thanks here just got a melt pretty soon. Yeah, Lofty and Empty picking up a kill each. Air's just buying time, jumping around, doing Lucio things, finally gets taken out by Lofty. So, good.
They won a fight!
Yeah, they did it! They did it, and they've got 3 ultimates, which is the more important thing. So they've got a hell of a defense to mount, going up against 83% capture time. And it looks like Thanks are going to push for the main choke right now, Dreamboat.
Well, the key one is Lofty has that Transcendence healing up, which can virtually nullify any ultimates thrown at them. It is a very heavy point presence coming in here from Thanks early. There is the Graviton Surge. Break it down's coming out. Ults all around, but Slaposaurus, his self-destruct is too strong. Grabbing 3 of them. Blakey grabs a 4th. And this will be another hold for now.
Yeah, that was a classic comboing of the ultimates there. Graviton Surge into a Dragon Blade and self-destruct, wiped them all out. Thanks led off with the Lucio ultimate, the sound barrier. They got the point control, but that being said, they've got 3 ultimates now, so this is still a prime opportunity for Thanks to push in. And here they come, Dreamboat.
And come they will, again putting a lot of pressure right on that point, meaning that they need to collapse on top of it. Blakey and Eevee are going to grab the opening 2 picks here, though. I'm not entirely sure if Thanks actually have a realistic chance of doing anything about this. As Blakey grabs one more Z, trying to do what he can with the Dragon Blade, will pick up Lucio, but Slaposaurus getting 2, and is now just Slaposaurus getting a 3rd one there. He's come up absolutely massive on the D.Va now.
What a turnaround, yeah, this is a huge play by Orbit here, and Thanks have to really go in hard now, because it's 97%, and yeah, they're just diving for the point. Weapon Fire's on the point with D.Va, and here comes the engagement, right on the point.
No, and finally coming in here, but Blakey and Eevee once again picking people off, self-destruct. Not gonna grab anyone as Blakey grabs one more player. That's lining it up, and this is the GG point. It looks so bleak. Oh, but the double state, is it going to be enough? Can anyone clear him? No! They can't do it. The coast!
Yeah, Sorry, you can go, Dreamboat.
They went absolutely coast to coast on that. They were in such a bleak territory at 83%, and somehow battled back from 83-0 to take the game. Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah, all these fights are insane. And just look at this play of the game here. We got Zeej with the Dragon Blade after the Graviton Surge. Yeah,
he just aced them.
A 3k, wow. Just a easy 3k after that. But yeah, that last engagement, wow. The deaths were staggered, the spawns were staggered for Thanks, so they led in with Weapon Fire on D.Va, and they lost frags off right at the beginning of the fight, so that really hurts your team losing DPS. And at the end, it was just Davey against 4, and he dropped the Graviton Surge, but yeah, couldn't get on to ignite the overtime on the point, Dreamboat. So yeah, 2-1 to Orbit after an initial very strong performance by Thanks on the first capture point.
I'm honestly baffled by that. I didn't think we were, Thanks came out so strong in that first segment. I kind of wrote off the rest of the game at that point. I was kind of like, well, Orbit might put up a fight, but I'm pretty sure Thanks are still going to have it. And then I thought, that was kind of living up to it on the final beginning of that third segment, as Orbit couldn't get a break in a team fight. They couldn't even get a pick. They went 3 straight without, killing anybody. But finally, they broke that stone wall of Thanks, and then once they got the point, Thanks couldn't do anything. Yeah,
they had, I think, ultimately in the end, probably their tank classes played a little bit better than their campers. Like, David had a monster. On that third point, he had, the beginning, he was going so huge. He was getting 3Ks and everything, but I think Slaposaurus's combos, just the D.Va self-destructs, he was getting a 3K. I think he got 3 kills twice. So, yeah, he was just making it up with those ultis when they countered.
Yeah, that's something that can't be said enough. Slaposaurus opened this map, opened Nepal on the Reinhardt, and he wasn't doing a lot, and I kind of felt like he was irrelevant.
Yeah,
but,
he was
came
just
out on
soaking
D.Va.
damage. Yeah, he came out on D.Va, changed when he changed it, that's when they started to win as well. That's a good, a good point to acknowledge. He switched off to the D.Va on a second point, which was a lot more mobility focused with just the pit that you can get booped off to and die. So, D.Va works a lot better in that circumstance and stuck with it. And, yeah, ended up getting the win for his team with big ultimates.
And that's something that we've started to see, too, after that big patch change, is a lot of people are starting to opt for the D.Va over the Reinhardt. Just because you still have that shielding with the boost to the defense matrix, but you also have that higher DPS output. I'm looking forward to seeing if they keep going with that, with D.Va over Reinhardt as we shift to King's Row now, which will be getting set to go to now, just to see if it, works out just as well as it did, or whether Reinhardt reigns supreme.
Yeah, that's true. So King's Row, a hybrid map, a capture point into payload.
Honestly, I love this map. I think everybody loves this map, but I just feel like it's so much fun. It's got a lot of great sight lines, a lot of great spam angles, so you can kind of make any class work, except for an offensive Symmetra. No matter how much my friend Jason tries to convince me to let him run it, that's the one thing that doesn't work. But no, you really, there's a lot of flexibility you can run And I'm curious to see how it changes up point by point, because you never know. Like, teams might pull out. If it actually sticks to this case, we're going to see a Torbjorn come out here on the opening point on defense, and that just kind of speaks to the volume of, defensive shifts that you can pull out.
There is a Torbjorn, but I'm not sure if he'll stick Torbjorn because we still have some setup time going on. And
he's gone Widow.
Ooh,
no, he's gone McCree.
Yeah. So this seems pretty cookie cutter.
No to Diva. He really doesn't know what he's doing. And the Ana. And now he's just messing with me and the Mercy.
Yeah, so
I like it. And the Tracer. He's going for everybody. How many people can he go to? He's got 76. May. And McCree. He's back on McCree.
Okay, so let's quickly go through these team compositions. I'll have a look at Orbit on the red team. We've got Slaposaurus on the Reinhardt. So from Diva the Reinhardt, Blakey on Genji, Daft on Zarya, Jake on Lucio, Lofty on Zenyatta, and Effie on McCree.
Yeah, it's very mirrored across the board. The only change up is it's the defensive Reaper versus the offensive Genji. We'll see how that works out here as the push is starting to come forward. They're putting a little bit of spam into the Reinhardt shields, and it's actually the full wrap push once again. Slaposaurus gets stuffed though by a flashbang. Zeej will pick up one. Zeej will get two actually, but Eevee and Slap trade him out. Weapon Fire grabs one, so the defense is starting to hold, but Eevee grabbing a third before Zeej trades that out. Zeej has gone absolutely off here. He grabs four. What a great way to open the defense.
Yeah, Zeej went absolutely huge. I like Slaposaurus' play there. He went aggressive, got the early McCree kill, but yeah, Zeej was just picking players off just in the little hotel area there, just juking and driving around the doorways, playing corners, and yeah, he salvaged that for his team.
Well, and we'll see if he can do it once again here. The second push is coming in. Davy's shield is not in great pen, but he pins Slaposaurus. Absolutely crucial. Frax will grab Eevee, and those are the big opening picks here this time, coming in from the Reinhardt and McCree.
Yeah, really well done by Davey. He noticed that Slaposaurus was close. He'd gone with the pin, got the early frag, and yeah, Frax followed up with a kill onto the opposing McCree, and Blakey just goes down just instantly to weapon fire spam at the choke.
Yeah, he got the long-range spam direct. I don't think he was expecting it. He turned a corner and kind of ate one and died. And it was just super unfortunate for him. But that's going to delay this push and also build up a really good time on this defense here, as Orbit's already held it for a minute and a half, which on this point is sometimes hard to do.
Yeah, and here comes the third engagement. Ooh!
Oh, what a great hammer down! But it is the Graviton Surge. They haven't grabbed anybody out of it yet, and it's actually slapping Blakey, grabbing people. Zeej will pick one more off, and the Transcend is coming in here too. Zeej grabbing Blakey. He still wants more, and he's still floating around here alive. But it will be Weapon Fire picking off the Rebels. Zarya. Zeej will grab Jake too. Zeej, this is his point. This is his domain. You can't enter. You can't leave.
Yeah, that was really great counterplay by Weapon Fire. There was the Earth Shatter onto the blue team, and Weapon Fire responded with the Graviton Surge, and Zeej came in to get another 2 frags to clean that up. And here we go for the next engagement, and we've got 3 ultis versus 3 ultimates, so this should be a fireworks display, Dreamboat.
Well, the big ulti now is up, and that is the Graviton Surge for the offense, coupled with the High Noon, and there it is. Break it down, the High Noon's coming in. It's Eevee grabbing 3 of them. Big picks 2, picking off both healers. Frax looking to do what he can to try and stuff it. But it's Zeej too. Zeej will be taken out. I don't think Frax can do anything. He'll finally go down. Daft grabbing the 2 crucial picks late there. And finally, the defense is given. And at the 3-minute mark, they've managed to cap point A.
That was a huge play by Slaposaurus. He was able to pin David to drop the shield down, and Effie got a 3k off that Deadeye. And here we go in the shoot stage, and super aggressive play by the red tanks here, and Slaposaurus gets taken down, and Daft might die here. He's got the Discord onto him, and here comes super aggressive play by Thanks, and they push him all the way back to the main choke.
Again, just a really solid defense coming out here from Thanks. They're just, seemingly handling everything right about now. Yes, they did give up the point, but they churned off time, and time is the key one, because even if they let them cap all the way, the longer they delay, the longer they have to push back, because it is a race. You're trying to beat their time. So this really good play coming out here is absolutely crucial. The orbs and everything are coming out here. Graviton Surge, Tranquility, Healing, and all that jazz. No one has actually died to this ult war. Blakey grabbing 2 of them. Blakey grabs 3 though, and that's gonna open things up. Blakey on Genji, doing all kinds of work with the Dragon Blade.
Absolutely huge. You saw how Thanks initiated. They boosted and initiated off with Weapon Fire's Graviton Surge, but that got immediately countered by Lofty's Transcendence Blade, and then ultimately ended up being the red team's Graviton Surge into Dragon Blade to clean them up. And they've probably taken back as much time as they've lost, struggling for the first point.
Slap the swords! Getting a huge pick on the Weapon Fire there, doing all kinds of work, and now he's going for the flank, but he's gonna get taken out. Davey, the Rival Rider, will grab him. Blakey pressuring really heavily in here forward, and he's gonna get cleaned up too. Frax with another big pick. Frax grabs Lofty as well. Davey with one more, and this is just another stonewall defense just from the duo of Davey and Frax.
Yeah, that's really a bit of over-aggression. They kind of went in 1 by 1, and then the players got locked out on that little flank side there. But that being said, both teams are regrouping. There's 3 ultimates up for the defensive team, 1 ultimate up for the attacking team, and looks like they just got to lead off. Maybe going for Slaposaurus to get enough Shadow out. Oh, big Shadow!
There's a big one. He does pick off Davey, and that's the crucial one. No shield is big. However, Slap will go down. Siege down as well for the defenses. Eefy grabs him and Doggo. 2 huge picks. He's looking for more. Blakey does pick up air. Eefy takes out his rival McCree. This should be point A as Eefy grabs 1 more. Eefy, where is this coming from? This is absolutely incredible.
Wow, what a really sick play of ultimate staggering that. Like we saw, it was 3 ultimates on the defensive team, and the attacking team only had 1 ultimate to work with their Dreamboat, and they just, you know, they got the first Earthshaker out, and they just built up momentum off it, as we got this Genji play of the game by Blakey.
Well, it was a really great play here. It was that Dragon Blade, and this really opened things up. He didn't get discorded, but he just managed to grab 3, 4 of them with 1 quick swing.
And that's where they built up the momentum, and the match time, 5 minutes 42. They wasted 3 minutes, was it, on the first point, Dreamboat? Yeah, so that was a really quick streak phase, as we saw there with the Zarya ultimate with Blakey's Dragon Blade getting 4 kills, just pushing on. So yeah, from a really solid first hold by Thanks, like they did a really good job to delay them on the initial first capture point, but yeah, they just lost out in the streak phase, and then just right at the end there with Slaposaurus opening up the last initial push with the Earth Shatter.
Well, it's a really interesting change from what we saw in the game we covered yesterday, because it was teams seemingly having such an easy job capping that opening point, and then really struggling once they hit the streets. Whereas, you know, today it was the struggle to get, or at least on the opening push here, I should say, from Orbit, it was the struggle to get the opening point, but really they had no hassle on the street phase at all.
Yeah. That was really good play by both teams. Like good defensive play by Thanks on the first initial capture point, and then as we were talking about, Orbit just came back with a super quick time during the streak phase and during the last point phase. So yeah, well played to Orbit there, and you know, teams are now switched sides. So defense wise for Orbit, we've got Lofty Zenyatta, Slaposaurus on Reinhardt, Daft on Zarya, Effie on McCree, Blakey, who was Genji on offense, but he's Reaper for defense, and Jake on Lucio. So this is like the defensive lineup that Thanks were using. Dreamboat?
It was indeed, and once again, Frax is memeing in spawn. He was on Symmetra. I got really entertained just because he was trying to stick one of his turrets on the board thing and have it go spinning. But now he's up, he's up on the Torbjorn. Now he's maying around, junk riding. He just wants to shoot everything at least once in this game.
Yeah. So what do you think? He'll stick with Widow or he'll go McCree? The only changes we got is Siege is on Genji for attack, and Frax is still switching classes.
I think we'll see the Widow to open things up here just because it's got such a long sight range, and that is what we're seeing here. He's not managed to grab anything, and I think he's actually probably going to swap off to the McCree right now, and that's exactly what he does.
And interesting to say, Weapons Fighter, no, and Zarya is on D.Va for attacking, so they've got the double shield meta going here with Davey and with Reinhardt and D.Va, and they're pushing around a statue, and they're pushing right in aggressively up top. Weapon Fire is with Genji.
Well, this Genji's getting right in onto the Zenyatta. That's actually going to be the big opening pick that they need. A little bit less healing and less damage being churned out because of no Discord or Harmony Orbs. And now this push is looking real good as Davy's grabbing a lot of space here, doing a lot of damage. Blakey will pick off Frax, but not before Weapon Fire cleans him up. Slap picking off Zeej. This could go either way at this point. They've done kind of even trades here. Weapon Fire is going to lose his Diva suit. And now it's just kind of seeing what they can grab, if anything, as Lofty has rejoined the fight. And this is a really extended fight, which is favoring the defense right now.
Yeah, the defense's spawn is pretty close on this map to the first point. It's kind of even for the attacking team as well, like the distance. So, yeah, the defense was able to reinforce themselves. Davey gets taken out, and it looks like they have to reset and wait for Davey before they can initiate again, unless they get a quick pick off on the flank here.
Yeah, they're looking to see if they can get anything. It is just that little bit of posturing here. Absolutely crucial as they try and pick off that opening space. Now it is that wrap play again. Davey trying to shield them off as they go up behind. Now they're trying to decide whether they want to go for the full wrap or whether they want to put pressure on right in front. Blakey grabbing two is going to be huge, and the pin on the Diva suit. That's actually absolutely massive from Slaposaurus. It denied that ultimate.
Yeah, that was really huge. I don't know how that interaction worked, because we saw the Diva's ult get used, right, and he pinned the suit, pushed him against the wall, and he got shielded up by the Zarya, and Weapon Fire's ultimate percentage went to 0, so that counts as a usage, but yeah, it got suppressed. So that was a pretty weird interaction from my perspective, but well played to the defensive team. They've got 4 ultimates up, but the offense also has 4 at their disposal.
Well, it really was the heads-up play from Slaposaurus. Slap getting right in there. Will actually pin off Zeej. She's finally being taken out, though. Frax grabbing one as well. But it's Blakey ulting. He will somehow pick off Lucio through the Transcendence healing, which is a massive pick there. Frax, though, still looking for more. And this might finally be point A, but they've churned, again, shoot off about 2 minutes, 45 seconds so far, coming up to that 3-minute mark, which is really not ideal.
They're still able to contest this, their defensive team. Oh, but that being said, Weapon Fire gets 2 kills off the back of his Diva play, and Zeej is in deep on Genji, chasing out the last players. And they get a nice frag onto Blakey, and the time was, as well, 3 minutes it seems, so pretty even time here by both teams capturing the first point. So this is where it's got to be now set in the streets.
Look at the forward pressure, though. 4 players from Thanks are sitting up almost near that second cap point. The cart is way back, almost by where it starts. So really just kind of early aggression here. And Genji, I don't know if they realize he's up behind here. That's Zeej. If Zeej, they finally spot him out. I was going to say, if he could get a crucial, flank pick there, that could really open things up.
Well, we've got 4 ultimates versus 4 ultimates. Zeej is about to get his Dragon Blade, so it's going to be 5v4 ultimates, and Weapon Fire gets a nice pick onto Effie, and this is probably going to open up this fight right now, Dreamboat.
It will indeed, although no one's been taken out. Davey misses his hammer down. He will pin someone, though, and it's like picks coming in left, right, and center. 3 of them now. Now Frax grabbing one more. That should give up the point. Zeej picking up Daft to end it. And man, this is a really good time. They've kind of raced through that opening streets, and now they're entering into the factory. Yeah,
this is it's kind of mirroring this whole map is mirroring both teams. Like they had a pretty slow first point capture, 3 minutes, and they just blazed through the shoot phase, and now they're into the final cap point. And the attacking team are in a really prime position here with 3 ultimates up.
That said, we are in the final countdown too, because there's a minute 15 left for them to get the chart all the way to the end. Absolutely doable, but they can't really be messing around here. They need to be winning this fight. A great hammer down is going to try and delay this. However, no picks have come out from either team in this extended fight. All the ultis are being used right now. Davey picking off 2 for the offense. That's massive. Looking for more. He's going to pin 1, 2. Davey, and he hammers down the Zenyatta. Davey has just won this for his team.
Yeah, Davey went huge. I think Slapper had a really huge counter Earth Shatter there, but the Transcendence play by Doggo was absolutely huge. And here comes the Dragon Blade and Ultimates just onto the very last section of this map, and it seems it's going to be a really competitive close time.
And they're going to actually win that 30 seconds quicker. Such a tight race there for time, but really a great offense there. And not enough can be said about the Reinhardt work that was just done in that to open that last push-up.
Yeah, that was actually a huge counterplay by Davey. And here we got Weapon Fire on the D.Va right at the very end there. This is where Davey gets 2 Ks. And look at Weapon Fire. He's putting in heaps of damage, chases down this Reaper, able to end him. So, you know, Weapon Fire was putting out a huge amount of DPS there just on D.Va. But, you know, I think Davey was kind of the main star in that little segment at the end there. Just getting 2 kills and leading the way and chasing down support players at the very end as well. So well played to Thanks, taking out King's Row.
Yeah, that means that they're going to actually split the maps here. And that's the first time, I think, in a while I've casted a match where they split. Thanks, though, definitely salvaging a weaker Nepal showing with a very strong play here on King's Row.
One question I want to ask about this, because we know this is week 6, correct, in the Heroes League?
Yes, it is.
So
indeed.
this is the last round, is it? The last round for the week 6, and we had team. I'm looking at the ladder here. Is it team 7, like 7 on the rankings versus team 9 on the rankings? And as it stands, it looks like these positions will probably still stay static because it went 1-to-1 Dreamboat.
Yeah, so this game, you know, had some potential to really impact the standings. It didn't quite do that. But looks like we will be getting interviews coming in shortly here. So, Ton, you're going to want to prepare your questions. I'm sure you got a little notepad there, scribbling down some questions you want to ask him. Am I right?
Yeah, the Thanks boys, you know, played TF2, that's my background, and most of them are TF2 players. And also on Orbit, there's quite a few old TF2 players that were also on that team.
What is this Team Fortress 2 you speak of? I am not familiar with Dead Games.
So there's a guy who's flying over soon to cast an international TF2 event. But that being said, we have Daft and Davey entering the Discord channel here. Hello, friends.
Hey.
Hey. How you doing? That was an absolutely massive play. I just want to say, at the very end there, you know, the big 3K to open that up, they'd be absolutely insane.
Yeah, my Discord crashed as well. I was typing out commands. It's really, we kind of have moments like that where we all just like come together, but
you're breaking up.
It's really
Davey,
good. Yeah, I don't know. The end there was just really good from everyone.
Yeah, it was like the first Orbit's first capture time of the map was pretty competitive. 5 minutes,
they had a really
42.
good time. We both had a really great time.
Yeah, like we were harping on a bit about how the first point defenses of both sides was pretty good. It was like 3 minutes around until the payload started coming out, but then super quick streak stage by both teams.
Kings is super hard not get snowballed on because of the forward spawns at the middle of them during the streets phase. Yeah,
for sure. David, one thing I want to point out with on the first map, Nepal, you guys were going so strong on the final capture point. You had a huge 80% to 20% lead on capture point time. What happened there, David? What fell apart?
We fell apart. We knew what we had to do. We were going to just grind ult advantage with the time we had. But a whole lot of tilting and miscommunication happened. We just kind of all used ults separately. That happens a lot for us. We kind of just crumble.
Yeah, they staggered their ultimates. They seem to take control of the game.
Yeah, they definitely
staggered their ultimates better. Yeah, but besides that, all in all, it ended up being 1-1 by both teams. It was spectacular play. Really good team coordinations on both maps by both teams. Probably send some questions over to Daft now, since Daft has joined us as well. Hello, Daft.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Daft. A little bit quiet. Can we bring him up a bit, bro dogs? Say something, Daft.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, no, really solid plays from you, Daft, on the Zarya, mate.
Yeah. Zarya's been a pickup of mine. Really strong in the meta at the moment, so time to hone her.
Yeah, great combinations just with the Genjis and the McCree ultimates.
Yeah, I tried to go into each fight with a plan of what ultimates we're going to use so we don't all bust them at once, because it's a quick way to lose momentum.
Yeah, one thing to for you guys, But what do you think of we saw Slappersaurus play Reinhardt on the very first point of Nepal, and then he switched off to D.Va obviously because the second point it's more mobility focused. You've got the pit and stuff in there. Did you guys think that was obviously a really good composition switch up for Orbit? And then obviously, we had the dueling Reinhardt and stuff. Like, do you think with the tank meta, the way it's going, that Reinhardt's got to be picked a little bit less and less? Or is it just a control point cough map thing?
I definitely think that Reinhardt still plays a major part in all the payload maps, for sure. But King of the Hill, like, that was Slapper's choice, personally. He was pretty confident with it going in, so he decided to give it a go. But I think D.Va and Zarya and Monkey is the way to go for sure in King of the Hill.
That's true. And Davey also been a tank man. Yeah, do you agree with that, Davey, as well?
Well, I actually really like Koth Ryan just because I think Ryan's fucking incredible. But like, Zarya D.Va is just way too good, and obviously Monkey as well, just to counter the really strong Genji meta right now. But D.Va's right click's just way too good in those spammy fights for Koth.
We saw that kind of in the play of the game on Kings actually at the end there. Weapon Fire stealing your highlight, Davey, because you opened up the counterplay there with the double kill after the Graviton Surge into your Transcendence play, and you got the 3 kills just all on Weapon Fire, just doing the left click damage DPS, Davey.
His tracking was pretty good.
Yeah, that was good, man. Like, he was putting up so much damage in there. He was able to chase down the Reaper, but yeah, it was a great game overall by both of your teams. It was really impressive. Like, this is the first Overwatch cast I did in a while, and it was really good to see a whole bunch of familiar faces from TF2 scene making it into the Overwatch scene. So congratulations for both of you guys. 1-1. I think, I'm not too sure. I had a quick gander at the standings, and it looks like both of your team standings will still probably remain static. Just depends on how the other matches play out for this round. So, yeah. That being said, Dreamboat, do you have any questions before we wrap this up?
I do. That's kind of my staple thing to ask people in interviews is, now that the patch has been out for a while, teams have kind of had that opportunity to experiment around with Ana. That sounded dirtier than I intended, but you know what I mean. They've had the chance to kind of fool around, see if they like Ana as a hero. How do you guys feel about Ana's role? Do you think she has the space in the meta for her, or is Ana just not going to happen?
Look, we're really split in our team with Ana. Frax and Dogger are really intent on trying a whole lot of gimmicky stuff, and I think the rest of us are kind of very core. Like, we just want to try everything that's very, very meta. But I've seen Ana played really well, probably more on things like Hollywood First and more offensive sides in general, just because you can grind up the quick Ana ult and then just use it to, after grinding the ult advantage, using it to take first much easier. But on defense, I don't think as much, and definitely not Koth, probably. It's for the nature of being more DM heavy.
Now, would you run like the triple support, or would you drop, like, which hero would you drop to pick up the Ana?
I'm not sure. We actually tried triple sub with Ana, and it was not too bad. I don't know how I feel about triple sub yet. I'm sure you could probably make it work very well. I think the Ana needs to be very, very talented though, to like hit each heal, or it's kind of unreliable damage. Unreliable healing. Whereas the other classes are a little bit more guaranteed.
All right, and the other thing I'd like to ask is, it's clear that Blizzard really wants to, focus on balancing this game. They'll, buff a guy, nerf a hero here or there. What would you do if you were sitting in a Mr. Kaplan seat running Blizzard, saying, "I want to do this for Overwatch"? What would you do to make it a better game? Let's go with Daft for this one to start.
Make Pharah viable again. That'd be pretty sweet.
In what way would you do that, though?
I think either a health buff potentially, so like 50 extra health, so you can't get 2 hit consistently by the McCree. Like, they can still kill him with 2 double headshots, which is which would be rewarding for the McCree. But I think that he's still just too strong at the moment for Farah to be viable. But that's just because I'm a Farah main, and now I can't do that. So pretty disappointing.
Weapon feels the same way, actually, about Farah. I think a lot of people really like the Farah meta.
Yeah, it was by far our most enjoyable meta to play for sure. With the Mercy as well, yeah, Mercy main and a Farah main. So like the new meta like shook us a fair bit. Like taking us a while to adjust to it. To pick up some new heroes. So.
And are there any like base nerfs that you really want to see come out, or?
Genji.
Yeah, I reckon Genji's like really strong right now.
Way too good.
Super dominant, man. Super dominant.
And again, the same question: how do you nerf Genji though?
Our team's had a few ideas. We've talked about this because we actually just hate Genji. We thought you could probably do a whole lot of things, really. Anything just to make it a little bit worse. We think maybe like limited swings, or even just less time to swing, less damage. It just does way like too much, and so much put into the same.
I like the limited swings idea, man.
Yeah.
I want to get rid of the charge. I want to get rid of the.
Maybe the charge reset.
Oh no! I mean, like his dash. Just I want to get rid of the dash behind us, dash through us. It's like, hey, wait, where'd he go? What? Oh shit, I'm dead. Never mind.
He just has so much
I
ability.
feel like that every time I play him. It's just like, please no. Anyways, anything? That's kind of it for my questions. Anything else you guys want to say to this stream? Because you know we do have to wrap this up because we have another game coming up here. I'm going to be swapping out tonberry for Avril as my co-caster. So anything you guys want to say before we go?
Cheers for the stream. Always appreciate getting chucked on the stream.
Yeah, good work with the Heroes League production. It's really good.
That is a big shout out to Spicy Salsa, who does a lot of the production related stuff in terms of the assets that we have. Of course, Brodog's doing a great job on cam as usual. Gotta love the two of them with the amount of work that they put into this. Anyways, I think we're going to be taking a brief break here. When we come back, we'll have another game for you, and I'll be joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Avril, as my co-caster.